Welcome back. Now time to bring our project data to Data Lake. So, in this session, we're going to upload the data that we need for our project into our data lake. So what I have done already is I've taken all the files that we need for our project and added all of them into a zip file and called it nycgreentaxidata.zip, and I've provided that as part of the resources in the course material. I've already downloaded the data, so you want to download the data into a folder of your choice in your laptop, and let's uncompress the file, and when you uncompress the file, you will end up having a folder again called raw, and under that you will have all the files, and you may notice that some of the files are again folders. So that's the trip data. So what I have done is actually for the trip data, I have again created further folders within the folder itself, and that is based on year and month. So that's how we partition the data for big data queries, and we'll talk about all of those later down the course, but that's what we've done here. So each of these month folders will have the corresponding data for that month. So now we need to take this raw folder and add that into a container in our data lake. So we basically need a container, and let's say we want to call our container as nyctaxidata. And in the past, whenever we uploaded data, we either went into the storage account and then uploaded from there, or we went into our workspace or the studio and then we uploaded data from here. As you probably know already that there is no option to create a container here, so we'll have to create the container from the Azure portal and then we need to upload the data. Again, we could come here and create the container and then go back and upload the data. But again, these two tools have got some limitations. For example, the storage account option here doesn't let you upload data over certain size, and also neither of them allows you to upload folders themselves. So you have to upload only separate files. But as you know, we got folders as well in our data. So all I am getting at is actually these two tools have got some limitations, but Microsoft's got a desktop tool, which is a free tool, and that lets you deal with Azure storage in a more effective way, and it's got loads of different options as well for you. So in order to download the tool, you come over to Overview, and then if you click on Open in Explorer, it gives you a link here. You can download Azure Storage Data Explorer if you haven't got it already. So click on the link and that opens up the page here, which is on azure.microsoft.com/storage explorer. That's a wonderful tool. I would encourage you to use that. If you are working on production level projects, you definitely need to have the tool. So I'm on Windows and I can hit download now to do that. If you're on Mac OS or Linux, just switch to the appropriate operating system for you. I have already downloaded the Storage Explorer and let me open that. When you come in first time, there isn't going to be nothing. So you're not attached to any of the subscriptions or your storage accounts. So in order to connect to a storage account, come over to the left, and the second one from the top is the Account Management tab. So click on that and then you click on Add an Account and then click on Subscription because we want to add a subscription, leave it as Azure and then click Next. And it's going to ask you to sign into your account from the web portal. So come here and then pick your account. What it's saying is it's just authenticated and I can return to the Storage Explorer, leave that tab. Open and come over to the Storage Explorer. Okay. You're now signed in. Click on Connect Azure Storage. Select Storage Account or Service. Now we need to connect to the storage account which we have created. So where do we get the information? To get the details about the storage account, let's go to Azure Portal. And in Azure Portal, go to Storage Account which we have created. Let's go to Access Keys in the left menu. So first we will copy the storage account name and paste it to Azure Storage Explorer. Next, copy the access key. So to copy, click on Show and then click on Copy icon. Now go to the storage account and paste it to Access Key text box. If you've just started using Azure, you will have the storage account that we've created. The one we've created for our course is Learn Synapse Step by Step DL. And I can expand that again. And it'll be very similar to your Windows Explorer if you're already using Windows Explorer, and you can see your blob containers, file shares, queues, and tables. But we're interested in blob containers, and it's already showing you that two containers we've got. But as we said, we want to create a new blob container, and we wanted to call that as nyc-taxidata. And that container is created now. And now you can upload the files. So similar to what you saw in the Synapse Studio, you will have the option to interact with your containers and folders. So let's just upload the folder as one upload. So in order to do that, you come here and you've got two choices. So you can now upload files as well as folders. In our case, we want to upload the folder. Let's click on Upload Folder and then click on the folder from here. Upload the entire raw folder with all the files underneath it. So the upload is now complete. It took about 49 seconds for me. But then I've got a high-speed internet connection. I think I've got about 40 megabits per second upload speed. So if you have a slower connection, it will take longer. As you know, actually the file is big, and also there are 193 items to transfer. So if you wanted to see the size of this folder, you can just click on Folder Statistics and that will just calculate the folder size and tell you. And as you can see here, that's almost 300 meg. So there are a lot of other things you can do. So if you wanted to go into the folder, you just double-click like you do on Explorer, and you can copy, you can rename files, you can move them. You can manage permissions, and you can look at the properties and things like that. So it is really a good tool. It's quite convenient. So if you are on a production environment, this is what you want to be doing, and I would highly encourage you to download and use this tool. So that's the end of this lesson, and I'll see you in the next one.